3, 2, 1.
I'm Todd Sylvester.
And I'm Stephen Sylvester, not interrupting.
Without trying to incriminate yourself,
Okay.
what's the fastest you think you've ever driven?
Oh, my. You're really going to make me answer?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to Potter Familias. We are transparent in this podcast.
I know exactly how fast is the fastest I've ever driven. You go first.
Little over 130.
Oh, you've gone faster than me. I went 122.
And the only reason why I know I went a little over 130 is that's when we had our Honda Accord EX. And I was an idiot at the time because it had a spoiler in the back and it had the 17-inch high-performance tires. But I hardwired in a radar detector. So when you started the car, the radar detector went on by itself.
Oh, that's cool.
It was hardwired in.
Nice. Man,
well,
you were an idiot.
Kind of nice until I got nailed from behind, but with a laser radar gun.
A cop got you.
Cop got me.
Yeah.
And that's when I took it out and said, I'm slowing down. This is dumb.
And I had a similar experience. There's a stretch of road which shall remain unnamed around here where for a while before they changed it, you could not get pulled over, or if you could, you would see the cop from a mile away because it was long and flat.
Right.
And it was on my way to go from a place to another place that I would go. I'm trying not to give too many details here.
I think it's great. It's great.
And it was
perfect.
It was on the route that I would take a lot during the summer when I was young and stupid. So I would drive your
Which car?
Your Ford Focus station wagon.
You went that fast in my Ford Focus?
Sure did.
It's no wonder that poor thing was always kind of hurting.
I'm just glad that we waited 12 years to talk about this.
This is funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So one time, because I knew that I could go fast, so I would push it a little bit further every week. And one time I got all the way up to 122 and it was raining.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so I started to hydroplane. So I got control back of the car because I'm actually a good driver.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
agreed.
I know what I'm doing. I just drive a little aggressively sometimes. It's fine. What was that?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. I don't care. But I got up to 122 and then I started to hydroplane, got control, and I sort of had that conversation with yourself where you go like, hey, man, you just almost died. Let's not do that anymore.
Let's not do that anymore.
Yeah. And then I was like, you know what, self? You're right.
Yes.
I'm not going to drive that fast anymore.
As a homeschooler, now I went to public school.
Yeah.
You were homeschooled.
Correct.
There's not as many opportunities for organized sports.
Yes, that's right.
So looking back, what is a sport that you wish you had played?
Oh, man. Well, I have mixed feelings about football. That's not my answer. On the one hand, I sort of recognized like, hey, I could have been a really, really good football player when I was in college, just playing for fun.
The body type.
Well, yeah. I mean, you remember coaches banging down the door trying to get me to play, but I, as fun as that would have been, and as much as I would love to know more about the game from the inside, I think my body is very happy that I wasn't a career football player, even if I just played and high school was the end of it. I mean, I know guys who all they did was play in high school and they have horrible knees and ankles and their shoulders don't work anymore.
Yeah, it kind of beats them down.
It beats you up. And so that part of me is like, oh, thank God I didn't do that. But I think there's still some lingering regret from that for sure. The main sport that I wish I had played is soccer.
Ooh, okay. Explain why.
Because right now, and there's no way that I would have been able to see the future with this, but right now, it is exploding in the U.S.
Yeah.
It is the fastest growing, from what I understand, it's the fastest growing youth sport in the United States.
Yeah.
And if I had played, then I would have been on a team with, I mean, if I tried hard, then it's not like the talent pool was insane back then for people that were born in the U.S. And I could have had an opportunity to play and be fairly good, maybe get a scholarship. And then if that didn't work out in terms of a career, then I could have been a coach.
Yeah.
Because if I would have actually, for the most part, known what I was doing.
Yeah.
So missed opportunity there, but that's all. I've played a few times. I like it. ultimate frisbee's fun, but I did play that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
We did. There's a lot of sports when I was thinking about this that I wish I had played, or I think I just wish that I'd played them with a greater intentionality. Because I played football, but I didn't like it, and I didn't like the practices, and I was not in good shape, and they're trying to get you in good shape, and it hurts to get in good shape. So I hated those, drills and the running, and because you're out of shape. And I wish that I'd played basketball better, or gotten better coaching and better form, and really kind of put my heart into something, because I never really did. I never really put my heart into it. I really enjoyed doing triathlons when I was in college, but by then a lot of the stuff that I should have done well earlier wasn't there. Like my swimming wasn't that strong. Even my cycling, I had some issues with my pedal form. I mean, of all things.
The details matter.
Right. And so the one thing that I really thought of, which would have been great, is if I'd gotten into cross-country running.
Yeah, dude, you would have been so good at that.
I think so.
Because look at the way that you look at how your relationship with running was as you got older.
Exactly. And I
enjoyed
it. And I enjoyed it. And it was something where I got to a point where I was running a 10K every day because I liked it.
You would have murdered cross-country.
And that would have been fun.
Yeah.
But again, same thing. I would have needed to get a good coach. And then to be motivated at that age.
Oh, that's tough.
Which I didn't have any motivation.
And that's fair.
I enjoyed watching television, and I enjoyed watching movies.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
And fair enough.
I liked eating food and lots of it. But that was it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking back going, wow, I should have gotten into some sports. I should have.
Yeah.
Like even Mom and I recently, we watched the Netflix series, The Queen's Gambit. And watching it. Yeah, I was watching it going, man, I wish I'd played chess.
Yeah.
When I was younger. Because I had an uncle and an aunt who were awesome. They were chess champions. They met in a chess club.
No way. I didn't know that.
Yes, Uncle Roger and Auntie Jackie.
No way.
Yes.
Are you serious?
They were incredible chess players.
I didn't know that.
Well, but I wish I'd learned.
Yeah.
I wish that they had taught me, because when I try to do it on my own, it never works.
Yeah.
I bought a book on how to play chess.
Oh my gosh. Why?
Because I thought, this will be cool.
That's like buying a book on how to play guitar.
I bought one when I was 18, and by the way, that one stuck. That one worked.
Yeah, and it did.
Because I learned the three chords.
But you remember when you tried
G, D, C.
You tried to teach me, and I was not having it when I was like 12. And then when I hit 16, all of a sudden a switch flipped in my brain.
You mean when you stole Mary C's guitar?
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
And but I spent all of my time learning the mechanics of how to play a sport really well, singing and playing guitar.
Yeah.
That's what I spent my time doing when I was a teenager. And I'm
Which
glad
didn't beat up your body, though.
No, and I'm glad that I did, because now it's like, all right, well, I have this skill that I can do, I feel like, pretty well, in the high percentile in comparison to other people, I guess. I don't know. Please tell me in the comments if you think so. But having said that, I can see how I could have potentially done that with a sport. And although I wish that I had played soccer, I also am kind of glad that I didn't, because I would have been using all that time and I wouldn't have gotten as good at guitar and singing, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I would much rather have this.
Yeah. Which is good, because watching you play music, it's like the intensity of sports.
Well, and people don't understand that. It's like there's all the little things that matter to be an athlete are exactly the same for a musician if you're taking it seriously.
Yeah. And you certainly have, because especially guitar playing, you're 100 times better than I ever was.
And I'm still not that great of a guitar player. Like you should see some of these guys.
I have.
Yeah.
Because when we lived in Nashville, I was around these utility players.
It makes me a little sick.
Blew my mind.
It's like the difference between somebody who is a bench warmer in the NBA versus the guy who's really good at your local rec center. It's like there's miles of difference between those guys.
Agreed.
And you might look at the guy in the NBA and go, "Oh,
you're sitting on the bench.
You suck. You averaged 2 points this season per game. Oh man!" And then he beats you 21-0.
Right.
You know,
just swatting the ball
not
away.
even trying.
And you're like,
you know what I mean? You go, "Wait a second. There's a little bit of a disconnect at the skill level here."
Yep.
And the same thing is true for music.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I had a friend that he would cream me playing tennis.
Oh, I know this guy.
Yeah, and I considered myself to be a pretty good tennis player, but he would just eat me for lunch. Well, his brother would kill him, and his brother played for University of Minnesota, and then every year you had to retry out, and he got bumped one year. And then you think about from there, you go to the semi-pro who could, beat him.
Destroy all
right?
those guys.
And then the actual pro. Like Andre Agassi.
No. Don't even pick somebody famous who was really, really good. Pick any pro. Like the guy who's like number 150 in the world would murder all of those guys who are semi-pro. Murder them.
Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed. Let us know in the comments if there's a sport that you wish that you had played, and let us know why.
Yeah, we'd be interested to hear.
Yeah, thanks so much for listening to Pod of Familias.